Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be playing as Terrorblade in ranked solo queue. I haven't uploaded a video in quite a while. I've been kind of just not playing Dota too much in the first place, and when I have been playing it I just haven't been in the mood to record. But I'm kind of happy as well because I've been getting better at the game now, so I feel a little bit more comfortable when I'm, giving advice and just talking in general. I'm still 3k, I'm only 3k, but I feel a little bit better. I've been playing a lot of Terrorblade, as you can see here. I don't know if this only shows ranked matches or not, but like most of these are ranked. I rarely play anything other than ranked. When I play normal, I normally play different heroes other than Terrorblade. Terrorblade is just kind of the hero I pick to win ranked specifically because it's like, okay, I want some MMR. Let's just pick Terrorblade. So this video is going to kind of be somewhat of a guide in the sense of how to play Terrorblade, but it's basically just going to be me playing the hero. And if I talk about useful stuff, that may or may not happen. One thing I will say is Terrorblade's had a lot of nerfs in the past few months, and they definitely have hurt him quite a lot. But he's still a pretty good hero. I feel like he is weak. He's weaker than the average hero, I'd say. I think he's a little bit imbalanced, and he needs some kind of buff to be more viable, especially in pro games. But he can be used to stomp low MMR pubs, just because he's like that kind of hero. If you get a good start on him, they just can't deal with them unless they actually have a coordinated defense, and that's pretty rare in solo queue pubs. So yeah, that's probably what you're going to see in this video. I'm sorry, out of breath already. So out of shape. One thing about my Terrorblade specifically is I play like super hard rat. We'll probably join maybe one fight the entire game, if any. It's just nearly always better to go push one of their towers while your team fights rather than actually start a fight or even join in on a fight. And because of that, I don't skill Q ever. I skill Q at like level 22 when you're forced to. It's a really good skill, and I feel like in a lot of games it probably would have been better to just skill it anyway. But I kind of just get lazy and I just think, okay, if I go stats, I'm gonna have a good game. If I go Q, I'll probably have a good game. I might have a really good game, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to just sacrifice the stats. So yeah, it's just my preference. So at the start of every game, you want to go to your hero that you want to play and hover over the lane. If someone picks Faces Void, an anti-mage or whatever, I'll probably just pick a different hero. But I would like to play Terrorblade this game. But not so much that I'm going to first pick it, because he's quite counterable. I might first pick it. I refuse to lose gold. Never mind. He was just hovering over Ogre. It's always nice to just encourage your team to pick supports early, if they're gonna hover over them. Wait. Don't go support Phoenix in my lane, please. Is that legit? I always think of Phoenix as like an offlaner. Maybe a dual offlaner. But I don't think it's yeah, I think it's 2-level reliant, and yeah, I don't like it. It does go kind of decent with Terrorblade, just technically because his ult refreshes my Metamorphosis. And Metamorphosis is probably like one of the strongest, longest cooldown skills in the game that isn't an ultimate. And the egg refreshes anything that isn't an ultimate, of course. That's Ags. But it's like, nobody goes Ags. Phoenix anyway. Is that Winter Wyvern? It's hard to tell. So this guy can't make his mind up. And yeah, it sucks when you've got to first pick carry because no one wants to pick heroes, and then everyone's going to be really indecisive and everyone just loses 20 gold each. It does make a huge impact. It's not only because they've got less gold, it's just like everyone's going to be a little bit salty just going into the game, and it's just going to... There's a momentum of people hating each other, and it just gets worse and worse. Okay. So Drow, I'm not scared of her at all. Kunkka, I think he's technically good against us, but he's also not that big of a threat. I feel like Kunkka is just kind of an underwhelming hero. Yeah, there's not much more to say about it really. Like, he could just do a torrent and mark the X on us, and we'll just right click him to death anyway. He might be able to clear our illusions and kill them quite easily. but I feel like at most parts in the game, it's going to take more than one right click to kill my illusions. So like it's not that good. If he did it in one right click, then it would be really good for him. But because he needs two, and he might need like 1.5, but that ends up being two, obviously. Then it isn't good for him. Witch Doctor's probably good against Terrorblade, but there's one interesting thing. His ultimate is physical damage. So we have a ton of armor, so it actually doesn't do that much damage to us. We're obviously prone to pure damage and magical damage. Winter Wyvern's pretty cool. He can harass really heavily for free in the lane. This is a terrible team. Earthshaker off lanes is dumb. I wouldn't say terrible, but it's a really weird choice to go for an Earthshaker off lane like that. I was thinking we could even try lane. We'd have a pretty it probably wouldn't even be necessary to try lane, honestly, but it was an option with Avenge and a Wyvern. Hopefully this guy isn't AFK. I hate when people just don't even look at heroes. Like, what are you doing? Are you just? I think he might be AFK. It makes me so fucking anxious. I'm like, no, you're gonna lose gold. You're gonna get a random hero. Yep. Here we go. This is so bad. Don't do this, guys. Lion's really good against Terrorblade. Well, kind of. He definitely is, and he's going to like ruin our day in the laning phase. Legion Command is awesome against us, so they've got a pretty solid team against Terrorblade. That's what happens when you first pick Terrorblade. But the thing with Lion is he's really squishy at all parts of the game. So, like after the 20-minute mark or something, yeah, sure, he can still finger us and do a significant amount of our life, but we can just right-click him a few times, and just like one illusion can go man-fight him and win that man-fight. So, it's kind of an interesting matchup. I feel like it's in his favor. But it's not like, oh my god, they picked Lion, we lost. Of course, he can use his mana drain to kill illusions at all parts of the game in like 0.1 seconds. It's kind of sick, but I just don't think people use it very much. I feel like if he actually used mana drain often, like to kill my illusions, it would be good. But like most people don't. Hex also instantly kills an illusion, but it's like it's not even worth it in a lot of situations. What are they saying? As I was saying, trialing would work for us, but I don't know if Earthshaker would even gain from that. Because like, if it was a Bristleback or something, then they'd really be happy with the solo experience and stuff. And I feel like Earthshaker could do something with the solo experience, but I don't even know if he's going to be able to. That's my explosion. So that's pretty sick. I could have got it. I could have waited and attacked later. We might even just kill her. Nah, so on me. He's gonna. No. They're being kind of greedy, but fuck it. I was gonna go get to the creep wave. Being too indecisive. Kind of forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I feel Earthshaker's probably gonna have a really rough lane. He's gonna be against, I guess, a Legion Commander. I don't know. They've done weird lanes. They've got Kunkka mid, and Legion Commander maybe jungle. They've got a Drow off lane. I feel like they should have played Legion against me just because she's so good against Terrorblade. But Lion Drow's not going to be bad. The fact that we've got a Trilon is going to be good for us, so that was really intelligent of Venture to take that last hit. Let's just hope that she only took it because I couldn't, and she's not going to go for every last hit, because that sometimes happens. So with our Metamorphosis, we individually can't be super aggressive, but because we're in such a powerful tri-lane, we probably can be somewhat aggressive. We just don't want to go crazy trying to do it. Okay, I got that one. Good. I want to pick up Poor Man Shield as soon as possible, because Lion's going to harass me heavily, as is the Drow, with her physical damage. Don't know what that hit was supposed to do, but just set up for me now. Cool. And I don't know what they're doing. I think they're trying to pull, but they failed or something, but it's alright. Oops. So I'm in no rush to pick up this Bowman Shield. I'd like to get it, but I'm not going to miss last hits for it. Same with being aggressive on their heroes. I could maybe go chase with my team, but I'd rather get like 2 or 3 last hits. I only managed to get 1 because I'm bad, but whatever. And like, yeah, maybe I should have chased them and stuff, but that's on them more than it is on me. Like, they shouldn't expect their character to come with it. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be defensive here. I don't think it was a good idea to chase him. So I'm like, I think I made the right decision, even though it could have hypothetically went better if I did chase him. We pushed, our lane's pushing in fucking ridiculously. I'm going to use Metamorphosis now just to get some last hits because I can't really dive that tower to get last hits. And also allows me to harass and maybe get kills and stuff if we're going to be aggressive. Sick. Oh shit, Kanku's here. He's dead. Metamorphosis is actually insanely powerful in the early game. Because it's just like a flat damage increase. And in the early game, of course, that's going to be really good. Avenge is really good to lane with because she's got that minus armor thing. And we're all physical damage, which is like a massive right clicker. So it's good stuff. I pretty much always go for the same build, by the way. Just building it now. I go for like 2 Wraith Bands and the Ring of Protection. I get that all in 1 courier trip, so I'm going to be saving up for quite a bit of gold before I get my next item. Don't know how I missed that last bit. But then that's like the only time I use the courier. So I just tried to make sure I'm not using the courier all game. I just get like in 1 trip, so it opens the courier to be used by my team as much as possible. It just works out quite nicely because like I don't need these items to be rushed or anything right now. And of course everything else I get from the side shop. So I like the build for that reason. It's just like, it's very convenient to get. So they're going to dive the tower, that's good. I mean the creeps are going to go into the tower, so it's going to push back a little bit. Good for us. She's set up for me perfectly. So we want to fight when we've got Metamorphosis up and we don't want to fight when it's down, basically. Because it's just so powerful, and when we're just a little melee hero though, we're actually kind of weak in terms of kill potential. So our team could be way more aggressive than they've been. Like, I don't know why they're being so passive. Like, this guy's staying in the jungle, not really doing anything. But if we had just been harassing them constantly, we would have had complete free farm, and Drow would have had nothing. If like the Wyvern and the Venge had been doing shit for the game. It's all right that they haven't been, and I don't really expect them to do anything like that in a pub. But like, it's just, if they did do that, this would go even better than it already is, and it's going pretty decently. So I have all the items I want in this courier trip. Very convenient to do this. And because we've got meta up, we want to be aggressive. Like, while meta's still up, we don't want to waste this opportunity. Their Lion's actually been intelligent with his illusion murdering, by the way. Good stuff. So I don't know what our team are doing. They should be more aggressive. They should be going, like, they're just waiting for something to happen rather than instigating it. But whatever. Actually going to sell these tanglers because we've got such high HP regeneration, like 2.5 HP regeneration on Terrorblade innately. We don't need that much regen because we've had like a really easy lane. And yeah, got all my stuff. I don't really like this, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're diving way too deep here. again, if we had Metamorphosis, that would have been really intelligent, but without it, we're just like worthless. There's no point in us even trying to do something like that. We're just getting like all the CS we can get, and they're not getting as much because they're under heavy pressure by our team. We'd like to hit the tier 1. If we had Metamorphosis, we'd do a lot of that right now, but we can't really. So we're just going to stay back, wait for the creep wave. And at this point, our team could go help other lanes, because we've kind of won this lane, and we're just going to stay here and start going back, go to the jungle and taking this tier 1 stuff. Like, fairly risk-free now by ourselves, so if I could be bothered, I'd tell them to just leave the lane. But we've got Meta up, so we can just be aggressive now. Meta's up, so we can just take this tier 1, basically, like, undefended. She cannot do anything to stop us from doing this. Like, this often happens on Terrorblade. They literally just watch you hit their building, and then that's really sad. Gotta be scared of Lion. He might be level 6 by now. He's level 4. Wow, how even? So I tanked the tower a little bit too much. I actually pulled the creep wave really back, which is intelligent of them to do. But that tower damage is not insignificant. That's going to make it easier to get in our next push attempt. We are low though. We're against a Lion, so we're kind of scared. I kind of regret what I did now. Like, yeah, we've only got a Winter Wyvern with us. The Vengeance is left, so we can't be that aggressive. I just walked into that. Yeah, this is kind of awkward. Like, I've got no regen and I haven't got any mana to go get some jungle or anything, so I'm just going to farm this wave and then go into the jungle. Witch Doctor's here, Lion's probably close by as well. Yes, he is. All three are there. We've got to be super fucking careful. Unfortunately, we don't have an illusion, otherwise I'd just farm this quite easily, but I'm just going to farm it, you know, fairly inefficiently instead. And we just can't show in the safe lane right now. At this precise moment, there's 3 heroes there. We've got to play scared. This Venge has been out of lane for a lot of the game, but whatever. Dude, my computer's like freaking out. I don't know why. Yeah, we should just do this. It's gonna take us slow, but like we can do it. This is definitely inefficient farm right now, but it's because our lane's got like they're tri-laning our lane right now this second, so we're just gonna stay away from it for a little while. They're committing 3 heroes to fuck up our farm a little bit, and we're still getting not terrible farm, so we're not that sad. We're gonna go back to base to regen everything after this wave. And pick up our Blade of Alacrity. We'd love to have Yosh up before we go back to base. Often that's what I kind of aim to do, but they've just been super aggressive in our lane, and we cannot fight without Metamorphosis. We have it up now technically, but we have no mana, and they got 4 heroes down here. At least 3. I may have seen a 4th. And nobody's in our off lane, so our teams all ran to the same lane. I hate this shit. This is really common in low MMR. Everyone just runs down the lane, and they just fight all game. And like, even if you win the fight, nobody's getting any experience or anything. It's kind of why Terrorblade's so good at this MMR though, because if your team does that and they're 4 versus 5ing, you'll just go push like their entire base while they're doing that, and you're like, okay, worth. So I'll just go back to the safe lane. I don't like that all the heroes are here, but I do have Metamorphosis up, so I can get involved in a fight. And basically just, even if we don't kill them, I can just hit them enough to scare them away and get that tier 1. I was thinking about just taking the top tier 1. Might have been a better idea, because they're really going to be doing like a newbie 5-man strat this early in the game here. But regardless, I'm just going to join in and get the safe lane. It's my lane, I've got to establish dominance. I'm just going to come in here just to tell my team they should be aggressive. Metamorphosing a little bit early, so I have 2 illusions up by the time I get into the fight, or it's going to be on cooldown to have 2 illusions to hit the tower. Okay, it's a good swap. Didn't really see that bug coming in. Good thing I didn't walk right into it. Tell my team that I intend to take this building. And yeah, like the fight went quite well. We killed a few of them, and then the rest ran away, so we could just get this tier 1 for free. And then we're going to go take the mid tier 1. while this lane's busy, as is the top. Yeah, we'll just cause more pressure with this illusion rather than relying on it to help us push mid, because by the time we get to the tower it'll be gone, and pushing the lane out faster isn't useless, but it's also not very good. It's not important. And that illusion is going to cause more pressure in that lane, and they might even look at the illusion, especially if it's in the back of a fight, and they might just think that's the hero, and therefore commit less resources to defending mid, or take longer to react to mid. So I don't know what I should do right now. Should I kill the creep wave, or should I just go straight for the tower? Like in this situation where the tower's so low on life, I could have swapped tower aggro so long ago. I'm just going to let them take that tower. I should go... I shouldn't have got myself so low in the first place, but since I did, I'm just going to let them take it. Going back to base to regen in a second. I do this quite often on this hero in the early game, but after a while you have so much... Like, you never go back to base because you've got like so much mana that you never have mana issues, and your HP is rarely an issue on the hero. Even though you get really no regen like the whole game, HP just doesn't become an issue because you've... Oh, God damn it, I overestimated that illusion. I hate when that shit happens, by the way. I killed it and it didn't show me the gold thing, but I did get the gold, and it was the last hit, obviously. I don't know why that happens. It seems to be happening more recently than it used to. So I'm going to go top and take the top tier 1 now. It's a really good idea to just take all the tier 1s, then all the tier 2s, because like they're so much easier, like exponentially easier to get a tier 1 than it is a tier 2. Same for tier 2s compared to tier 3s. And it's really good timing because you get your Yasha, then you're saving up for 2,000 gold that isn't even going to give you any damage. So it's like always difficult to farm up boosted travels on any hero really. So the fact that you're getting like 400 gold for each of these towers really accelerates that farm and makes it easier. Boosted travels are so fucking huge on this hero, by the way. Just the move speed alone is actually really legitimate, because we're already a pretty fast hero. When we go meta, we're kind of slow, and just being able to chase someone and right-clicking them down is just really good on this hero. Metamorphosing early so I can have 2 illusions up as soon as possible, and we're just going to go take this tower. They cannot really defend against us because we're a Terrorblade at my level 8. Terrorblade hits his peak at like level 7 to 9ish really. He's really good in like the mid to late game, but he's also just insanely strong when he's got like 2 Metamorphosis illusions and Sunder available. So level 9 really for us like in this game. I very often go for Sunder at level 9. By the way, I see a huge fight going there, so I'm just going to take a tier 2 for this. I could see every hero on the map, no one's in my lane, and a lot of them are dead. This is actually sick. Our team are winning the fight. And it's really hard to lose a Terrorblade game if your team isn't feeding. The thing that quite often happens is your team does feed because they're kind of 4 versus 5 for a lot of the game. But if they actually win that, then you've just won the game, because it's like you're going to accomplish so much while they're winning fights. It's like, oh, the enemy are fucked. If they TP in now, I don't have meta on the hero, so I'm not super powerful, but I could probably just kill any single hero on their team if they did TP in to defend me alone, which is pretty common in low MMRs. People often underestimate heroes like Terrorblade, and you just get free kills like that. But no one TP'd, which is, you know, arguably better. So I'm just going to farm their jungle while my team's causing shit here. I don't have Metamorphosis, so I don't want to join in right click here. Like, I might be able to go in and actually do some good work, kill some heroes maybe, but it's not worth the risk, basically. I might help there, but I will get good farm here, and put more pressure on their lane. Oops, thought I pressed that. One thing I really like to do on Terrorblade is attack move all units, or all selected units, and then reselect my main hero, and then just move him independently. I'll take that because no one's nearby, and I'm greedy. What this does is it like briefly sends my hero to go attack with the illusion. You saw that, but then I pretty much instantly send him back to go somewhere else instead, and therefore it's really easy to control like that. I really I've gotten used to it, I guess, but I find it very simple. And there's no micro involved. If you're just attack moving illusions down lanes like that, well, I would fuck it up when I'm trying to prove a point. Yeah, you've got to wait like a fraction of a second before you can actually do it, otherwise it will do that. We're going to push the tier 2 because we can't really go high ground, or we can go high ground, but like we'd rather just take a safe tier 2 rather than take a risky tier 3. We'll deny this because like I was almost tempted not to deny it. We can just fight her if she comes on us with Metamorphosis. I was also tempted not to deny just so I'd have it available for teleporting better, and for my team to teleport more than me actually because I've got busy travels. But ultimately they were just going to get it after a while, so I might as well deny it. It's nearly always worth to deny a tier 1 or 2. Tier 3s, it's very game dependent. Sometimes it isn't worth denying a tier 3. I'd even argue like quite often it's not worth it. Because you don't want to just leave your barracks bare, especially if they have invisible heroes, because the tower offers true sight obviously, which is a big advantage. Okay, I'm getting ganked. I have Sunder, but I'm probably dead, and this is bad of me to do this, but I'm not too sad about it. I gave her dual damage, which is extra bad, but like, they committed 3 heroes to kill me. I'm not that sorry. It was a mistake. I'm not trying to say it wasn't a mistake, but space created. Our team could be taking the tier 2 there, but they're going to go join in the fight instead, which I don't think is a mistake. They've got quite a good fight. Like, they're quite a fight-oriented team. And Necro is doing sick. Is he going to get a Blitzer? What? Okay. I don't think that's an uncommon build. It's just I've never built it before, and I don't think I've ever... Well, I've definitely seen it before. I've never seen it and thought, oh, that's a good build. But I genuinely don't think it is bad. I just wasn't expecting it. I think it's kind of bad. Yeah, it's bad. So this shit's going on over there. I'm just going to take their mid tier 2, and we might even be able to push high ground because like they've just won a massive fight. I'm going to tell them to go high ground, and even if they like fail at doing that high ground, they're making space for me to start pushing mid, and it's just like so much space because they have to deal with me or the enemy, and either way they're going to lose a lot of shit, and they can't just undercommit to both. Because if they don't send 5 there, they're going to lose. If they send less than 2 for me, they're probably going to lose. Even though I don't have meta, or many items, honestly, we don't have mana or anything yet. But either way, forcing buybacks, which is doing some really good stuff by being here as a team. So again, our team's fighting here, they're causing a lot of shit. We're just going to get a tier 3 for this, maybe even more. Well, ideally we're going to get the full barracks, and then maybe, if our team wins the fight while we're doing this, we're going to get like this barracks and the bottom barracks, and maybe even just get mega groups. Again, I know I could participate and maybe get some right clicks and maybe make the fight go better. In fact, in this situation it probably is better to fight, but I'm just being super lazy and super kind of greedy for buildings and just taking a set of barracks. Because I know if I get a set of barracks in the 20-minute mark, we pretty much won the game. It's like very unlikely they come back from that. If I try and fight and we don't succeed, then that's pretty bad. Like, we didn't achieve anything if we did that. So I always go for melee first instead of range, because range is like not even useful. Like, it doesn't really do much just to get a range barracks. We do have meta up, but it's going to fade soon. But our team's here and they're pressuring, and they've got an unprotected range barracks, so we might as well just take it with them. We obviously weren't even necessary to be here, but whatever. GG's getting called out. And at this point we just want to push out all the lanes basically. Like, if we're not just going to finish the game now, which is possible if they get another good fight, we just want to push out all the lanes. And in fact I am just going to TP here and start pushing this lane out as well, because this means they've got to defend from 3 lanes, 3 angles, and again, because they can't win a team fight, there's no way they can win a team fight and defend 2 extra lanes. It's just like, there's no way they can come back from this now, as long as we don't feed. I say that as like 2 core heroes die. Or our core hero and then support, and then another support. Bad stuff. Don't dive too hard, guys, but whatever. I feel like our teams just outplayed them quite a lot in this game. Like, obviously, again, they've kind of won the 4 versus 5, which is somewhat rare. And we've been kind of... Like, we've definitely made use of the space, so we haven't played poorly or anything. But we haven't been super necessary for this victory, I'd say. I'd say if we picked any other hero, like, if we were just any other carry, it would have been pretty similar. But on Terrorblade, like, a lot of games, you don't get a good team. And then, I'm going to be fine with Sunder. As long as I don't let her get like a good duel, I have to be like fairly relaxed with Sunder. Like, I don't want to let her get me to 20% health and then she'll just duel and then she'll just win the duel and I'll be really sad. But yeah. This guy's saying Roche. I don't think we can do Roche. What heroes do we have? Yeah, we can with Venge. Of course we can. I don't know if... Yeah, we probably should. I'm not really comfortable doing Roche on Terrorblade until I've got the Scotty, because he's actually really weak. Like, Illusions can't hit Roche, obviously. So because of that, that's like most of his DPS. It's more than half of his DPS, so he's just not a really good Roche killer. He is just, you know, a good physical damager, so he's not a bad Roche taker, but he doesn't build lifesteal very often, so you kind of need some other way to do it. You can't solo Roche very well. You might even be able to do it, but like you go to like 0 health, and then you'd use Sunder on an illusion to get back to full health. Like, that'd be the only way you could do it, and it's like committing a lot of time and resources to getting a Roche. It's just like, meh. Technically you can, but why would you? Same with Tiny, really. Although Tiny's really more legit. And by that I mean you get Craggy and then you can just solo Roche quite well on him. With Mask of Madness and Treads and nothing else. So this is going to be quite useful. We're fairly low mana because we haven't got the Scotty yet. Once we've got the Scotty, we pretty much never worry about mana again. Apart from spamming mana styles, which is kind of what we want to do. But it's like, we have a lot of mana basically. We don't have infinite mana, but we have a lot. So that was a really bad ult. I don't know why he did that when the team wasn't there to follow up on it. And I need to get back out. Pretty simple stuff. Like, it's just us. It's just our team winning the game, and we just happen to be in the fight. Is what's going on now. It's kind of unfortunate. I wanted a typical Terrorblade game for me, which seems to be happening. Like, you come back from like, well, like, what am I talking about? I don't know. I just feel like I haven't participated enough in this match compared to the average Terrorblade game. It often feels like you're like carrying the team, and in this game it feels like we've been kind of carried, which is good. I'm glad to have these games, but it doesn't feel like a typical Terrorblade game. It's hard to like learn anything from this game from watching this one, I'd say, because you're not really watching someone carry the game. You're watching someone just get an easy win. And nearly always go for megas instead of finishing, because there's no way we'd actually finish before they came back, and they do have serious fight potential to kill us in their base, and then, you know, that could be pretty bad. At this point we've nearly certainly won, but the only way that we'd lose is if we did try and go for the throne and just feed. So we'd rather just get a safe barracks, safe mega creeps, and then they cannot defend against mega creeps. I could say buyback, but it's so unnecessary at this point. I'm not even going to bother. And this is what you call space. Like, the team's constantly fighting them, making them deal with them, and we're just getting, like, we're literally getting mega creeps while that goes on. Just waiting for the mana to go back to base. Yeah, I should have gone out a little bit earlier than that. Whatever, should be fine. So I want to try something. Kappa. Often when I try and buy a Scotty, it just says your inventory is full, and I think there's a way to do it better. I think I actually have to click it there, like in this menu here, rather than here. Like, it makes sense, obviously. But maybe it's here instead. I was going to try a few different things. What I've been doing recently is dropping items to buy it, because like I do this. This is what I do, and I go, oh god damn it. So that's how you do it. That one works. Okay, like, it's very obvious, but like sometimes I just don't think. I wonder if it works from there, because I think one of those options doesn't work, and that's what caused me to be like quite confused. I'm like, wait, how do I do this? So I used to like drop my Aquila and then buy the components, and then like pick the Aquila up and just waste like 5 seconds. And if they had a Ricky or something, that'd be hilarious. If you just came and denied my Aquila, that'd be really sad. So we can Roche now, I guess. No reason not to. I can tank with illusions, and it's worth doing. They're kind of squishy, but it's like, it's not useless. But like, I don't know. I haven't got my move command set up, so it's a bit awkward. I need to... How do you even do it? I need the stock command. I don't even know what my stock command is either. But I need to like walk it under the Roshan to get it closer to Roshan than my hero is. Whatever. I'm basically just baiting out stomps, which is dumb. Is he really? using that on me? That's so dumb. But I think we kind of saw it. And obviously this is completely unnecessary. We don't need this. I've got to take in that pace room, but whatever. Doesn't matter. It's not even that good on Terrorblade. It's good, but like you kind of want to be surrounded by your illusions. You don't want to walk in ahead of the illusions, and obviously the haste doesn't apply to your illusions. So you kind of walk ahead of your illusions and then just not do much individually. But like just chasing them with my hero would be able to get lots of kills anyway, because my hero hits really fucking hard by himself. Even without the illusions, I could probably solo kill their legion just with Metamorphosis right-clicking them. So I guess we'll kill some people for lol instead of finishing. Oh. There we go. GG, too easy. I don't disagree. I hate when people say that. It's just such a douchey thing to say. You already won the game, don't rub it in. But not a difficult game at all. Yeah, I think we played like shit, to be honest. We only had 617 gold per minute in such an easy game. I feel like it's something I need to get better on Terrorblade specifically. I need to learn how to capitalize games where I'm winning. Because like I basically play really well when I'm losing. I can win like from a bad position. But when I'm already winning, it doesn't really matter that much, but it's just a sense of pride. I know I could have got like 900 gold per minute if I actually played the game correctly there. Whatever though. I mean, that's the thing, like I often get 600 gold per minute in like any game. Win or lose, like really hard lanes or really easy lanes, I'll probably get that. So it's like, definitely room for an improvement in the capitalizing the victory. But whatever. Yeah, Necro did pretty good. I don't like Radiance. I don't like Radiance, especially in a game where you've already got a Terrorblade on your team. Because like, I'm gonna farm like most of the map, or at least I should be. And he's also going to rely on getting quite good farm if he's going to go for a Radiance. But whatever. He just ended up murdering the entire enemy team. Like, I've definitely like seen this in guides and stuff. I don't understand why it's good on the hero though. Like what is the purpose of getting Radiance on this hero specifically? Because like obviously it makes sense on Naga because you've got illusions and stuff. Why on Necro though? You've got the aura, so it kind of compounds with that, but like that seems like really faulty logic. Like how is that a good reason to get it? You do well with farm, I guess. But like the thing is, if you're gonna get farm, like things you want to rush are like refresh your ags, and spending 5k gold to get more farm is kind of counterintuitive, and especially if you don't go for those items. Mech's good, but I don't know why you got Monkey King Bar. That's a really interesting choice. They had no. Did they have any mischance? No, they don't. And no one was even building Butterfly. No one even is a good Butterfly holder. I guess she could have got Heaven's Halberd, but she didn't. And it's also not that good. So yeah, it was a weird item build, but whatever. He played well. He carried the game. Yep, pretty enjoyable game, I guess. It's like, I don't know, like sometimes you just kind of wish you had a bad team so you could have a more interesting game. Sometimes it's kind of difficult to just take those free wins. You're like, okay. I guess that was Doda. But anyway, that's the end of this dumb video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next time. Probably going to be a few more Terrorblade games coming up soon. I like recording a little bit more now on 3K. I feel a little bit less like a total noob. I feel like more like near the average player, which is a good place to be. And obviously very quickly improving. That win rate though. See you guys.